Now there's only one step left for me. You brought an interesting companion. I can take you seriously now. Seriously now.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
This is my true power.
口寄せ江戸天聖
And Adam lives happily ever after. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash. That took longer than I would like to admit. So today's video is obviously going to be about the Demon Dragon Slayer. I could have made that go in so many different ways, man. It was fun though. It was definitely fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. But just remember that no matter how this video goes, just remember that it's 100% MFPO. I mean, hit the merch. What are you doing? I ain't gonna even get into that. One of the reasons why this video actually took so long is because I actually wanted to have an animator, not make the video, but I wanted to have an animator with a brand new intro for the, oh my god, I hate when it does that. I wanted to have a brand new intro ready for that and like kind of transition into some bunch of stuff, but the guy actually scammed me. So I paid him half the payment and then all of a sudden he disappeared off the face of the earth and I can't get in contact with him. So I guess I just lose money. I really wanted to do it. Eventually, I know I was stalling on it, and there's so much new stuff, and I made a promise that I would not do another review until I did Adam's. Well, the next review I said, but you know, so here we are. This is Adam's review. So if you guys know an animator, person that does animation, let me know. Let me know. True reanimation jutsu. I don't know what I was doing. I was just having fun with it. Anyway, let's look at it. Let's treat him like a regular guy here. So he actually has a that's not right. Regular guy. He's 4-star. All right. So as you can see, he has 11, 15. That means he's not one of the higher attackers. I mean, I feel like it's kind of wrong to say like if you don't have 1200, like you're bad. Like he has the same attack as like Rudley and everyone else, and you know he's a very similar character to Rudley at the same time. Let's see the defense, who cares? HP, who cares? None of that stuff matters. At least right now it doesn't. Hit 101, which is pretty good as far as like all the stupid dodge meta that you have in the game with everyone going the green guardian stones. It's nice to see people with above 100, whether it's a lot or a little. A little something is better than a little nothing. 92 dodge, that's nice to see as well. Crit hit is low, and it's a lot. I've noticed this on a lot of burst characters, especially, I mean, only mage get that privilege that they'll have low crit, so because they have high burst skills. Block is 60. Who cares? He ain't blocking nothing. Why would the great Adams block anything? But what we do see here is the attack speed of 90, which is pretty good. That means you can give him some attack speed. He can get up into those thresholds, as you guys were seeing with my chapter 11 stuff. Sometimes speed is important, and getting a character that's fast, that can do X, Y, and Z is really important. So having 90 is not that bad. It looks like if you can get it up plus 110, it looks like you can outspeed some stuff in chapter 11. Who knows how chapter 12 is going to go. Critical damage, block defense rate, and luck is exactly the same on every character. So what is this character supposed to do with these stats? That's kind of his issue, is a lot of his stuff is like after his first turn kind of thing. So I think that's where he like falls short. But let's go and look at his lovely, stop acting like I go to the skills now. We got to look at the hero story. This man is 37, and I'm talking about him getting with Iris. That's like 19 years difference. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, in the real world, they do it. You know, Adam's got enough money. You know, got enough money with all these sponsorships and endorsement deals. He probably can afford Iris for her expensive taste. You saw her bathing suit, right? Like, that's probably Gucci. It's Gucci bathing suit. Also a lizard man. So that's also very weird and awkward, and we're not gonna talk about that. You guys already know about the boy. This is a basic attack. Boof. And he walks back. I do like that, like I said, that everyone has like a different animation. He does have the basic counter 2. Well, I guess it's not basic, right? If the target dies, and then of course, if you want to unlock potential and get it up, that he pretty much gains 1 mana no matter what happens, which is really good because the fact that you need as much mana as possible on him. He has the shelter, so funny enough, I was joking around with the monomist, but yes, he does actually do better on dark days, or dark light days, when you have to do those stages, but most people don't care. That it's very easy to do. Next up is going to be the Crushing Shadows, which is a 2 mana 300, which is kind of, I feel like he's getting shafted as a legendary character, that he has 2 mana 300 when Fadeds have 1 mana 300. So again, it's kind of like a little shafty boo. But if you have faster characters on the team with the new elemental, not elemental, but with the new mana system, if someone goes before him, he has access to that on the first turn, which is pretty good. Love the animation. The guy falls back and like he stares at the camera really quick. Love that animation. Next up, or the Reaper Sickle. It says Sickle, but like he says Reaper Sigh. 600 base on 4, which is good. That's pretty good because a lot of other characters, I think it's, well, no, 4 750. So yeah, he looks a little shafted there. But again, he's a legendary character. I feel like they purposely do this because he's a legendary. So let's look at that. One of my favorite animations. That pause. That's what makes it. It's the pause. Look, he doesn't exist anymore. He doesn't exist. I love it. I love it. Now, before I go into any deeper about explaining how he works, I mean, that's kind of what it is. Like, burst characters are really good, as you guys saw. I've demonstrated in the Yupir's Labyrinth, having a burst character that is 6-starred and can gain 10 mana is really, really important if you want to do the Yupir's Labyrinth. It's pretty much, I would almost say, non-negotiable. Like, you definitely 100% need 1 or 2 burst characters, single target burst specifically. You don't really need AoE burst. I think maybe on one stage it looks like it was worth it, but all in all, it was definitely mostly burst. So if you're looking for a character that's going to be doing some damage, also if you put him on, well, we'll get to the gear, but I do think that a character like Adams did get a nerf, because he really did benefit from that dark elemental energy. He could pretty much solo a stage. Now this is his banger form. As you guys know, the banger danga, he gets the heart strike. The person with the highest HP is going to get hit with the doo-doo, and you keep attacking them to increase the doo-doo on them. Yes, that's how I feel like talking about it. And the other thing is that he does get mana per enemy mark level at the beginning of the turn, so that's pretty good. So if someone has high marks, like as you can see, 1, 2, or 3, he'll gain mana for that, which is really good. Obviously, it's going to help him get into his S2 or S3 I'm about to say animation. We're going to go look at the animations though, just in case they look slightly different, which they should, because he's a little mouse now. So that's the one thing to get. Let's look at the basic attack. Ooh, I like that. The little scurry. You guys saw that little scurry up? That's all they need. Okay, slight rant again. That's all they need to do when it comes down to these black FCs. Just make them different. I really feel like a lot of the other black FCs were very lazy. Like, as far as animation wise, the look is fine, but like that little small thing, it's a little mouse scurrying. That's really cool. I like that aesthetic. We were just talking about the Heart Strike. He doesn't have any other special things with the Heart Strike. Like, he's not a gold, he's a black fake core. So, but yeah, that I always actually miss out on that mana aspect. I definitely missed out on that on other bangers that I covered. That they get mana every time based on the level of Heart Strike. That's really good. Now you can see that it went up by 775, which is a nice thing. It helps out because it does cost 2 mana for him. So it does cost 2 mana for him to do 300. So at least in his FC, it will go up by 75. I appreciate that. Hope you guys do too. Check out the difference. Little stars. And a really big close-up. Remember the other close-up that you guys saw was a little bit more distant? That's a crazier big close-up, plus the little stars. Again, a lot more love put into the old black FCs, in my opinion. And let's look at the Ribacycle, going up to 750, which is, this is Rudley's. Again, a lot of fake cores bring, like, especially the legendaries, to a faded level. So it is what it is. Let's look at that. Boom. Sound effects. And then boom, release with the again the flare again. Still small little details that just make it a little bit better for a black FC. You guys gotta understand, like, I'm talking about a black FC that is not gold. Like, the golds are not even, like, I feel like not even to this level. It's kind of crazy. Now when it comes down to gear, there's only 2 options and this is the best one, a machine. I will always tell you guys all up and down that if you're using a single target attacker, you do not want to be screwed over by provoke. I mean, yes, you can dodge stuns and all that other nonsense, but getting provoked is probably the worst thing, is having to waste your burst or your DPS on a tank. I mean, sometimes it is good, sometimes if you can not get blocked and you burst out the tank and then the rest of your team is doing fine, but most of the time, especially in PvP, you really don't want to be provoked. You're wasting a turn on a turn where you can burst down a high priority target, and that's just going to be, I don't know, the most important thing in my opinion. And also the other thing is, if you want to be a little cheeky, let me find it. I do, like I said, I like healing. The reason why I always suggest healing sometimes on these characters is just because they can heal themselves back up. He does have counter, and then he also has the Heart Strike. The Heart Strike would heal him too when it's level up to like the 3rd, so you get healing from that. But most importantly, because he's a burst character, he can kind of suction himself back, if that makes any sense. I don't like green too much. He does have decent dodge, like he has 92, but like, I don't know. I don't like dodge. I feel like dodge, I don't see dodge happen that often, as even with a person that has like a decent amount of dodge, unless they have like a mechanic like Raro, where they have some type of mechanic that helps them dodge. So, and plus if you have the Heart Strike, your FC version, you don't need to dodge, you just make them blind, so you don't really need to dodge. But what you do need to do is sustain yourself while you're leveling the other stuff up, making that one unit useless. Also, if that unit attacks you or you can force it, let's say, one of the cooler techniques that you can do with Heart Strike characters, especially when they have counter, which I think is only him and Morris, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, I kind of forget sometimes, but you can attack a specific character that's going to attack you, especially if they have Heart Strike. So let's say the Heart Strike is on Rudley. Rudley has counter, so you would attack him, he's gonna counter you, and then you're gonna counter him back, and then next thing you know, you just pretty much hit him twice. Now he's at level 3. So it's a really cool thing to do with the counter banger characters, especially because he doesn't have a DOT, he doesn't have a dot to really like accelerate the Heart Strike. So he needs some time. Also, now with Lepin, you know, if he does get hurt up a little bit, you can use Lepin's S2 and then give him an extra turn to also expedite the Heart Strike. Because once he's getting like 3 mana, like, you can actually leave that character there. Just leave that character there. He's getting 3 mana from the Heart Strike thing. He's also going to be getting mana for the people in the row, so he'll have access to his burst skill a lot. So for Adams, especially, and now I'm realizing all this lovely knowledge, but level up the Heart Strike and leave that character alone, because one, they're blind, they can't really hit anything, and then you're using it for a mana farm pretty much. That's really cool. I kind of wasn't thinking about that. That's what happens when you actually read the skills. Imagine the YouTuber making the content read the skills and like actually explain it like he says that he's doing when he's reviewing it. But that's why it's MFO, because even if I miss something, hey, that's just my opinion anyway. It's my scapegoat. But what I really need to know is, what's your scapegoat for not getting the merch, man? What are you doing? I don't understand it. But that's pretty much it. He's not really that complex of a character. That's kind of why I never really wanted to cover him. He's just seemed pretty basic. But now with all the different changes, he's actually, you know, has a little bit more spice to him. What do you guys think about Adams realistically? I know that it's gonna be like a funny haha joke, but what do you guys think about him? Do you guys think he's a good character, enough to worth invest? I think because of the Labyrinth alone, he's worth investing into, because you can put him in the Labyrinth and then you can put him in other things. But that burst, the ability to burst on that kind of level is really good. Yes, in the labyrinth you can't stack mana through marks because of the last stages, but still pretty good, and also can help you out in PvP. That one match that I did win for the video of the intro wasn't really that bad. It wasn't like crazy hard to win with him or anything like that. He's just another really good single target burst, and he's decently quick. So after Iris goes, you know, he has a decent load. He's ready. He has a decent load. He's ready to go. You know, so him and Iris are kind of like, you know, maybe that's what he fought for. That's what he fought for. That's why he killed Frankie. Even though in some clips Frankie is on the team with him, I just hope no one was gonna notice that, but I just felt like pointing that out because I thought that was hilarious. I was like, why would Frankie help him kill himself? Maybe it's like some shadow clone jutsu. Anyway, leave me alone. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.